Welcome everyone to the Living Tobacco Free Project track. In today's session, you're going to learn about the importance of education and interactive learning. You will also plan a project focused on educating your peers and community members and all about the harmful effects of tobacco and nicotine through a presentation and activities designed for an in-person or virtual Texas Tobacco Free Kids Day. And our presenters today are someone you have obviously met and you probably heard from yesterday, and that is EYL. So that's great, and I'm gonna just go ahead and hand it off to them.
Very good. Thank you, Charlene. Thank you, everyone. Again, we're glad to see you all here today and hang out with you for a little while, learn a few things, and help you with your project planning. So my name is Brent with Extreme Youth Leadership, and I'm also known as Walt freaking Disney because I make dreams come true. You got a dream? Want it to come true? We're going to help you make those dreams come true. So glad to be here with all of you today. So let Jeremy, DJ Scribbles, and JC talk for just a moment.
Yo, 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 what up, what up? My name is Jeremy, aka DJ Scribbles. I reside in the Fort Worth, Texas. I've been in education for 13 years, like I said. I love that fun. I love to work with youth. I love to get crazy and have a little fun. So I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready to be engaged. I hope you're ready to learn. And I hope you're ready just to dive into what we have this afternoon. My boy Jay, what you got, man?
What's going on, everyone? JC here from the ATX, and super glad to be here. I work at the University of Texas at this kind of work during the summer to engage with young people.
Awesome. Thank you, JC. Thank you, Jeremy. So we are going to jump in, going to share some things with you today. I'm going to take a little bit of time to teach you a few things. So we're going to talk about facilitation skills today. We're going to talk a little bit about presenting, how to be interactive, give you some online tips and tricks for doing projects and events and training and working with people in an online environment. So we'll go through that. So this is one of the first and most important things of presenting and working with people. Stand up, speak up, and shut up. Okay. It's a simple, easy thing to remember. Stand up, say what you got to say, speak up. And then when you are done, don't say more than you need to. Take your seat. All right. So that's the first lesson in presenting and working with groups. Stand up, speak up, shut up. So let's have a little fun. Let's start off with a little fun, a little activity. And I'm going to turn it over to JC. And we may have just lost JC. I think we did. That's all right. So this is what I would like for you to do. And Jeremy is going to demonstrate here. So what I want you to do is I want everyone to stand up. So yes, where you are in your home, stand up. I don't care if you're camera on or camera off.
Camera off, make it
Please
happen.
stand up right there in your room where you are. All right.
It's all good.
Everybody, see Jeremy standing up. Look at him.
I'm standing up. We're all
there
right.
we go. There we go. I see some of you getting up. That's it. Way to do it. All right. This is what I want you to do. I want you to stand up and I want you to reach as high as you can. Reach as high as you possibly can. Reach.
It's a good stretch.
Now I want you to reach even higher. Reach higher. Look at that. Look at that. Look at everybody reaching. See?
I think I'm touching the ceiling, man.
Sweet. Doesn't it feel good? All right, you can take a seat now. You can take a seat. Now, this is what I want to know. Did you enjoy stretching? Of course you did. It was nice to get up and stretch. Yeah, you've been sitting in that place for a long time today, right? So it's nice to get up and stretch. So, all right. But I have a couple of questions for you about this. So what were the instructions? Do you remember what the instructions were? What was the instructions? Somebody unmute and say it or type it in the chat box, something. What were the instructions?
Stand up and stretch.
Yep. And then to do what? Reach what?
Higher.
Reach as high as you can. Reach as high as you can. So now my question is, how many of you reached as high as you could the first time I said reach as high as you can? That's what I thought. See, a lot of you, how many of you were able to reach higher when I told you to reach even higher? Yeah, a lot of you were able to do that. You were reaching even higher when I told you to reach. Now, I told you on the first time, reach as high as you can. So why did we not reach as high as we could the first time? Somebody tell me, either unmute or type in the chat box something. Tell me why we don't reach as high as we could the first time.
So I can tell you why I didn't. So I reached, and I was like, yeah, this is as high as I can reach. But when you were like, reach higher, I was like, you know what? I can reach even higher. And then I went higher.
Okay.
So I didn't really think,
So some encouragement may help sometimes when we're trying to do so. Okay.
Definitely.
Excuse me. I can buy into that. All right. Anyone else? Why were you able to reach? Somebody else? Joanna said in the chat, you need the motivation. Good. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, sometimes we just need the motivation. We need somebody to encourage us, to tell us we can do it. We need somebody to tell us we can do even more or better, or that we are better than we think we are sometimes. So just a little quick activity to be able to demonstrate that. And that's what we want you all to know, that even during these times when things are a little bit different than we're used to, you can still achieve all that you want to achieve. You can still do all the things that you want to do in your community and with your group. You can still make a difference. You are not prevented from making a difference. I mean, look at how many of you have showed up for this event, for the Say What virtual conference. I mean, tons of y'all, hundreds of y'all have shown up for this event. That's really cool. So we're not letting anything stop us. Yes, we got to do things and figure out how to do them a little bit different, but we're not letting it stop us. And that's one of the themes we want you to carry today, is don't let things stop you. Keep moving forward. So what does it mean to facilitate? Does anybody know what that word means or something? Somebody write something in the chat box, or again, feel free to unmute yourself. I want y'all to feel free to interact with us today in any way, whether you want to unmute and talk to us or whether you want to write in the chat box, communicate with us however you would like to. So does anybody know what that word means? To make something easier than what it is. Absolutely. That is a great way to start it. So facilitate does. It makes to make an action or a process easier, to simplify things for people. And so that's what being a good facilitator is about. And if you're going to facilitate events, you're going to facilitate meetings, you're going to facilitate trainings, whatever it may be, you want to make things easier for people. You want to help them be able to grasp whatever it is you're trying to teach very easily, very quickly. So I'm going to tell a very quick story. All right. So there was an old man riding on his horse across the plains when he came upon a watering hole where there are three brothers who were trying to divide 17 horses among themselves. The horses were an inheritance from their father who had passed away. And the father wanted his oldest son to receive half of the horses. He wanted the middle son to receive a third of the horses. And he wanted the youngest son to get 1/9 of the horses. So the old man said, "Can I help facilitate this?" So this is what he did. He said, "Can I add my horse to the 17 you already have?" So they're like, "Sure." So then they divided up the horses, the 18 horses rather than the 17. The oldest got half of the 18, which was 9 horses. The middle son got a third of the 18, which is 6 horses. And the youngest got 1/9 of the 18, which is 2. And the old man got on his horse and rode away, because 9 horses plus 6 horses is 15, plus 2 more horses is 17. He added his horse, he made it easier, and then got on his horse and rode away. So that is facilitation, okay? Is helping people to make things easier for people, all right? So that's a good description of facilities. So when we want to talk about working with teams. When we're working with teams, why shouldn't we just give people the answers to everything that we're doing? So sometimes why do we make people go through, we wonder, why do we make people go through a planning process? We could just give them the answers. We could just give you all these project ideas and say, here, do this. And then all you would have to do is figure out when you want to do it and who's going to do it. And so at first glance, that might seem like something that's really logical, but, have you ever heard the expression, of course we have, there's no need to reinvent the wheel? So groups should just be able to replicate what someone else has done. They could just follow simple guidelines. And unfortunately, most of the time it doesn't work so simple like that. So this is what we know is people will help support what they create. If people help plan it, if they have ownership of it, they're more likely to see it through. Would you agree with that? Things that you're a part of creating or helping to plan, those are things that you're more likely to see through rather than if it's someone else's plan. So we also know this is that local people best know how to solve local problems. You may have ideas that you get from other people doing projects, but no two schools are the same. No two groups are the same. No two communities are the same. And so the people that you work with know best how to solve those problems. Next thing is strategy. There's no one strategy that is most effective in helping. So a comprehensive plan that involves and includes everybody in your group and the adults that you're working with, that's what's needed. We need a comprehensive plan that's put together by people in our group to help make things change. Every part of a community has to be involved in the planning. All of the people that have a role or have a role to play in your project, you need all of those people involved. So get everybody you can to the table in your school, in your community that you want to help. So let's talk a little bit about like ground rules for discussions when we do activities, when we do games, when we do things like that. So you want to speak for yourself. Start sentences with I, not we or they or most people. You want to speak for you. When you're doing activities, like a moment ago, we're asking you all to stand up and that. Well, everyone has the option to pass if they would like, but they also have the responsibility to participate, as long as it's safe for them to participate. You want to support others. You want to help people succeed when they are participating and engaging in the activities. You should expect sometimes that there will be unfinished business when you are doing activities, when you're doing games, when you are working in your projects. You should expect that sometimes there will be unfinished business. No put downs or negative statements towards people. You want to stay away from that. That makes people not want to be a part. That makes people not want to participate. So, just stay away from that kind of stuff as well. Keep materials or keep things that are shared in your group. You don't want to start rumors. You don't want to spread things that people may share that are in your group with you, especially if you're having meaningful conversations and things. You want to keep those things there. Listen while others are talking. Very important always. I think this is pretty standard, but just a reminder always to be a good listener. And then be as honest as possible with yourself and other members. So yeah, be an honest person always. Very helpful. When we're doing games, have as much fun as humanly possible, but please do it carefully. Okay, always do it carefully. Support and respect others. Remember, everybody wants to have fun when we're playing. No booing or razzing people, and be a team player. Work together with everybody and always play fair. So speaking of, let's do a quick little activity. I'm going to turn it over to Jeremy for a quick activity.
Yo, what's going on? Everybody's at home. So what I need you to do, I've noticed that we've got about maybe 10 people on with their cameras going on. I need to make sure that I see your beautiful faces, see that smile break that we did yesterday, have some fun with it, and let's get to work. So we're gonna do a little in-home scavenger hunt. In-home scavenger hunt, and what that looks like to you. So I'm gonna give you, Brent, if I could have some music, maybe about 30 seconds of music, maybe about a minute, good time. I need you to go to your closet and find me and show me your favorite shoe out of your collection. In 3, 2, 1, go. that shoe. Let me see that shoe. Let me see what you're working with. What are you working with that shoe? Ooh, Dana. Ooh, Charlene, I like it. Dagan, I like it. Oh, them Crocs, Jalen, I like it. Where's that favorite shoe? Let me see it. Let me see what you're working with. Madeline. Are those Converse, Madeline? Are they Converse? I don't know. They look kind of cool. Who's that? I like the Crocs, Zoe. Way to go. Way to go. Keep it going. Let me see them shoes. Autumn, I like them shoes. Claire, them shoes. Jalen, I like them shoes. Uh-oh. The Crocs are popular right now. The Crocs are popular right now. The Crocs are very popular right now. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right, DJ Brent, cut the beat. Cool, cool. I like them shoes, man. Y'all are flossing. Some of y'all got some shoe game. But if you want to know about a shoe game, you can talk to my boy JC. JC's shoe game is on point. He's on fire. JC, what you got, man? I know you got something good for us, man.
I'm not in my closet collection. Let me see what's like around me. Oh snap! Yeah, I got the.
What you got, JC?
These new Metcon joints, man.
Ooh, those are on fire.
Dang.
Look at Seth's, JC. Seth's are pretty flossing right now too. Look at those.
Oh snap! You got the what's that? Air Max 97s, I think.
I don't know, man. Those are nice. Good job. Good job. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We got that participation going on. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. We're going to keep it up with that scavenger hunt. Have some fun. What I want you to do is go to either your pantry or go to your refrigerator or go to your bedside nightstand and pick out your favorite snack. Favorite snack. 1, 2, 3. Hit it, DJ. Go, Brent. Go get your favorite snack. Hit that favorite snack. Let me see what your snack looks like. There with them Takis, them Cheez-Its. I can't leave it. Bay is playing. What is that? Is that ramen? Okay. We got Cheez-Its times 2. I don't know. What is that? Dark chocolate? Okay. I haven't had that, Charlotte. What is that? Can't read it. Is it ice cream? Is it ice cream? Ice cream. Okay, cool. Let me see that camera. Put that camera on. Let me see that favorite snack. Oh, that's Jif peanut butter. That's mine. All right. What do we got? I like them Uncrustables. I like it. I like it. Brent, where's your favorite snack at? You got your favorite snack, Brent?
Favorite snack is not here. It's in my car.
Oh, is it? Okay. Okay. Okay.
I like hot tamales.
I like them gummies, like
and things that are orange.
And things that are orange. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. I like the favorite snacks. The snacks are coming along. We're good. We are awesome. We are fine. All right. Here we go, Brent. We're gonna keep it going. What I want you to do now is in your room, in your house, whatever that looks like to you. I want you to find something that is memorable or important to you, something that means something to you. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, go, DJ Brent. Hit that beat. Let's go. Something important. I got a softball by Madeline. Dana, is that a remote? A picture. It's a picture. It looks like a picture. Oh, Joanna, is that a drawing? Did you draw that? Did you draw that? Thumbs up if you drew that. Caitlin, you got that cup. What do we got? We got a ring, a little hoodie. Dang it, I like that picture, man. Okay, baby boots. Okay, cool, cool, cool. I like the chicken, Sierra. Chicken is awesome. Okay, what else we got? We got some important stuff, Brent. I like these, man. Keyboard, we got a trophy. Really looks like a necklace, it looks like. Diggin had a picture. Charlene had some boots, it looked like. Are they boots, Charlene? Thumbs up, yeah? I'm thinking that's what they are. Something important to you? All right, cool, cool, cool. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. I like that. Congratulations on that one, Madeline. Knock it out the park. All right. Now, here's the last one. It's a challenge for you. Keep you going. What I need from you now is to find something in your house that has 5 sides on it. Something in your house that has 5 sides on it. What is, or more, 5 or more. 5 or more. All right, DJ Brent, let me see what you got. One more time. We're gonna celebrate. Hey Jay, do you have something with 5 sides on it? Hey Brent, do you have anything with 5 sides on here?
Oh yeah, alright. Don't stop the dancing. One more time, we're gonna celebrate. Oh yeah, alright. Don't stop
Madeline, I love that. Can it dance? Can you make it dance, Madeline? Make it dance. All right, cool.
Oh yeah, alright.
I like it. Dagan's got something. What does Dagan have on it? Dagan's got like a lunchbox that looks like Brent's. Seth has a like perfume bottle or cologne bottle. Oh no, I need it. Okay. Claire has a money box. There's like 500 bucks in there, Claire. $500 in there, something like that. I like it. Charlene, what you got? Okay. Did you make that? That's pretty legit. I like that.
You know, like from IKEA, they
Okay.
basically make you make everything. So I had to like fold it.
Okay.
So
It's nice though.
this actually won me the scavenger hunt in service or something like that. It was
Okay.
amazing.
Oh yeah, alright.
What else we got? What else we got? 5 sides. Something with 5 sides. Let me see what you got.
We're gonna celebrate.
5 sides. What does that look like to you?
Stop the dancing. One more time. You know I'm just feeling celebration tonight. Celebrate. Don't wait too late. No,
Seth just took like a selfie or something. I'm like, I don't know what that looked like up there.
you can't stop. We're gonna celebrate.
All right, everybody. Good job. Thank you for playing along, having a little fun there. So, again, incorporate some activities, do things like this into your presentation, especially if you're doing this online stuff. Don't be afraid just because it's online doesn't mean you can't do activities and have fun with people. So, let's keep moving along. Let me share my screen with you again. So, having meaningful and lively discussions. So let's talk about some things that we want to do. One of the first things that I want to teach you about facilitating discussions with people is you want to ask open-ended questions. Yes or no questions. It's an immediate response and it's done. The conversation is over. You want to ask open-ended questions when you're trying to facilitate conversations with groups of people. Let's talk about feelings and opinions. You want to ask for feelings and opinion. What is your reaction to something? How do you feel about? What are some other ways to get at? How did you feel when you found out that? Things like that. Again, all open-ended questions there, but asking what people think, what they feel, their opinion about something is important. Let people be heard. Also, learning to paraphrase. So when somebody says something, especially if you don't understand what they're saying to you, so are you asking me this? Or let me make sure I'm clear. Are you saying this? What I'm hearing is blah, blah, blah. Is that correct? Okay. A lot of times people will answer questions and I say, can you tell me what you mean by that? So that I get them to explain it a little bit more so that we make sure that we understand what people are saying. So learning to paraphrase is an important thing to do when you're facilitating discussions with people. Participation matters. You want to encourage participation from people. As you're seeing, we're constantly doing here. We're always encouraging people to participate and get involved. You want to ask people, how do you feel about things? Or what do you think about certain things that are going on? Sometimes you can do this. You can call a person's name first and make it a simple question because you never want to embarrass people whenever you are getting people to. But if you're having struggle getting somebody, you can ask, you can call somebody's name and say, hey, what do you think about such and such? And then see if they'll answer and give you their opinion. So yeah, get people engaged, ask questions. Ask for clarification if you don't understand something. So I don't think I understood what you said in that last comment. What would you do if, and say whatever it is. Or maybe it's something that is concerning. So the examples you gave concern whatever. So do they also apply to this? So just asking for clarification when you need clarification, because you want to understand, you want to help make, because if you don't understand something said in the room, there's a good chance there's other people in the room who don't understand what was said either. So clarify things. You want to give examples or ask people for examples. So can you give me an example of what you mean when you say that? Can you tell me a little bit more about that? What did you mean by that? What's an example of that? So ask for examples. You want to explore ideas sometimes in more detail. So what are some other ways? Somebody gives you an idea and you say, okay, what are some other ways we could approach this problem? Or are there other things we should consider? If somebody's not participating, you can say, hey, such and such, what would you add to what has been said? And again, that's encouraging participation, but also exploring more ideas with people, and even those who've not engaged in conversation with you at that point. So explore those options with people, explore the ideas with people. So now let's talk about processing, because we can do all these activities, but really what comes out of a lot of them is the processing. So like when we did Reach as High as You Can, when I finished, I asked you some questions about why you did certain things the way you did or not. So you want to process those things. Now I'm going to teach you a quick, simple 3-step way for processing anything. All right. The first step is what? So you tell people, describe the activity from your point of view. And this is what I mean by that. So if you were to call a friend tonight and tell them about the Reach as High as You Can activity. So you call them on the phone and you needed to tell them about what we did. What would you say to them in detail? That's what that means. So describe the activity from your point of view in what we just did. So that's the first step. Then there's so what. So what did you learn? So describe the lessons that were learned for you from the activity. Were there any aha moments for you? So that's what so what means. And then now what is the third step. So now what can we do with what we learned? So first we described what we talked about or what we did. Then we asked ourselves, so what? Okay, so we wanted to explore what did we learn from it. Now what? Now what can we do that with what we've learned? List things that the group can do to take with them to the next activity or take with them into their work as a group together. Okay, so you've got to take away the lessons and do something once you've learned them with everybody. So here's a few other things. Again, when facilitating, things to incorporate when you're training. You want to get members involved. The more actively involved in the group an individual becomes, the more committed that person will be to the goals that your team has. You provide the energy. So the more energetic you are, the more energetic the members will be. If you're excited about the way things are going, they are going to get more excited too about the way things are going and the way things are happening. So,
Hey, Brent, can I intervene in that real quick?
Yeah, jump in.
With that providing energy, I think it's important that, you have maybe one person that backs you too, that backs your drive, that backs your moment. It's important that at any given time, while you think you can change the world by yourself, it's great and I believe in it and I'm all for that. If you have just one person helping you out and guiding you through it, I think that's very, very important during this process when trying to motivate a group of some sort throughout your campus.
Very good. Thanks, Jeremy. I appreciate that. All right. Answer questions with questions. So most of the time, the group's going to be able to answer their own questions if you rephrase it or if you show confidence in their ability to do so. One of the things I want to encourage, though, with answering questions with questions is not to overuse it. Sometimes this gets overused, and if you don't ever answer a question, because sometimes people just simply want an answer. But sometimes it's appropriate for you to just answer a question with a question and throw it back on them to see if they can come up with the answer, because they probably have a good answer. So, so answer those questions with questions. Sometimes be strategic. Treat them like leaders. If we assume that you're a leader and we act as though we expect it, that's what we're going to get from you. Okay. So like here at Say What, we treat you like you're leaders. We don't treat you like you're less than or anything like that. We set high expectations for you. We know that you can do great things. We believe that you can do great things. And so that's why we give you the information we give you, and we put you in the groups that we put you in, so that we know that you can succeed. You have the ability to succeed. So we set high expectations for people. Keep communication open, always maintaining an open line of communication. If people sense that you are sincere, they will feel more free to be honest. So they need you to always be honest and be open in that communication. So, so be open to your team members and the people you're working with. It's really important. And then walk your talk. So people are going to learn from what you do, not necessarily what you say. Yes, what you say is important, but they're going to watch what you actually do. So make sure that you are walking the talk at all times. You should always act as though someone is watching you, because the truth is they probably are. So always walk your talk. Listen to the members of your groups and in your teams. Listen to what they're saying. When you're about to do this project planning, listen to people and make sure you are actively listening. What I heard you say is use those things and make sure you listen to people always. Sometimes important things come really late, because you're working through all these ideas, and it kind of picks up steam with people. And so it may come late. That's okay. Just figure out how you can incorporate it in and use it, because it may be a good idea that comes late, but that's all right. Remember that time is important. So we don't ever have enough time. Okay. That's the one thing that you cannot buy. You can't buy time. You can't get more time. You have the time that you have. And so make sure that you appreciate people's time. And then you heard me talk about this yesterday. Be authentic. Always be authentic. Be you. Don't try to be someone else. Just be you. That's who we want you to be. I'm going to be sending you into 3 rooms. Now, this is the way it's going to work. So you're going to be working on your project by yourself, but there's other people in the room with you. We're doing 3 breakout rooms, because most of you are here by yourself. You don't have other people from your group with you. So we're going to put you in groups so that you can at least talk to other people and y'all can exchange ideas as you're planning. But you're going to start on that first page and looking at what kind of project you want to do, what will be the project focus, and you're going to start working through this notebook and putting down all of your information and notes in there. You will have a teen ambassador in there with you for at least a few minutes. So here we go. There's going to be a button pop up to go to the rooms and accept join to go to those rooms, and I'll bring you back in a little while. Here we go. So this is what we want to do. The reason I brought you back, we're going to do a couple of things with you. Want to check in with everybody to see how things are going, see if you have any questions or having any complications with the planning process. And then also I'm going to give you a little bit more. I'm going to teach you a little bit about online training and presentations. It's very short, going to be about 5 minutes with you. But my first thing with everybody is, how is it going with your project planning? Are there any challenges that you're encountering? And I know one maybe is that a lot of you are by yourself. You don't have other group members here with you. So I know that can be challenging. But we would just want you to do the best that you can with that and start the plan. We know that you'll have to get your group's input before you finalize the plan, but just do the best you can with that for now. So any questions, any challenges, anything you need help with, just going to open it up. You can put it in the chat. You can unmute your mic and talk to us, however you'd like to do it. Seth says no. I see you, Seth. He got a snack though. I wish you'd share. Can you send me one of those? Oh, nice. I want some now. He got some of them waffle cookies. Sugar-free too. Savannah said, I don't get 4. So question number 4, is that what you're referring to, Savannah? Okay. So Texas Tobacco Free Kids Day is March 17th. So that's ideally the day we want you to plan for this project, but not everybody may follow that project date. So if there's a different date, you would write that in number 4. If not, if you're cool with doing it on March 17th, 2021, then you don't need to put anything else in that slot. It's only if you're going to do something different.
Autumn said question number 5, Brent.
Okay. So I see another question I'm going to answer real quick below it. Are you supposed to do all the pages in the project planning or just all of them? So yeah, all of them. We want you to complete the full project plan as much as you can. So question 5, if your project will include an educational activity, list which activity or activities will be used and why they were selected. So any kind of educational activity that you would use for that, you want to list that there and why it was chosen. So any particular activity that you might use. I know there are some activities in the back. There are also, let's see, I'm trying to look at my manual here. So guides and templates, I think there may be some activities back there for you. So if you choose any of those activities, then you would want to list those there and also why you are using that particular activity. There's like postcard activities, other activities that talk about statistics or relaying information to people. So that's where you would want to list those. Does that help with that question? Cool. Thank you. All right.
Alessandra said, do we have to do multiple projects?
You do not. You have to, we want you to do one project. You can do multiple projects if you would like, but you're only required to plan one project.
Did you touch on Autumn's question with question number 5, Brent?
Yes, I did.
Okay, just making sure. Hit us up with the questions. If you have questions, let us know. Please, 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 we're here to help. We're here to assist you. So make sure that if you need anything, I know it looks kind of weird right now, you know, being virtual and stuff like that, but you know, we can only do what we can right now. So let's make sure that we help and ask questions. Please, 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 we're here for you.
So if no one has any other questions, I'm going to, and feel free to jump in if you do, because your project planning is number 1 here. So if you have a question, either throw it in the chat box or unmute and ask us. That comes first. I'm going to switch over. If there are no more questions at this point, I'm going to switch over and talk to you a little bit about doing online presentations. So if you have a question though, again, jump in at any time because that is most important right now. And all right, cool. All right, so online training and presentations, you're obviously seeing a lot of those the last couple of days, and I'm sure you've seen many over the last few months. So I just want to give you a little bit of information if you're going to be doing online presentations and trainings. So first thing is your camera. Make sure you use a good camera when possible. You also want to make sure that you have good lighting. Now, I'm going to admit that I am in a professional studio right now, so it's real easy for me to talk about. Now, this isn't my studio. This belongs to Say What. It's great equipment. I wish you could see. I've got a huge monitor down here. I've got a monitor here. I've got a monitor here. I've got a light here. I've got this excellent professional boom microphone right here. I've got these professional headphones and lighting that I can control and all kinds of stuff that's really great. You don't need all this. But do be in a room with good lighting, okay? And if you need to, you know, if you have a lamp or something that you can move in to help with your lighting, also watch and play with your camera or your computer, whatever you're using, play with it, put it in different places or positions, because another thing, you don't want the sun shining behind you or face on into you, so be careful with those kinds of things. So watch your lighting as much as you can. Look at the lens. So if you'll notice, the camera is right here at eye level with me. And if you can, and so I do this when I'm at home just using my laptop. I have a box that I set my laptop on so that my camera is level with my eyes. And that just helps people. It just looks a little more professional, but it's something really, really simple that you can do with as little as a box. Just putting your computer, your camera up on that. And then ask participants to have their camera on. And you've heard us ask you to put your camera, and not everybody will, and that's okay. Some people don't want to, some people can't, and that's all right. It's no big deal. But, you know, when you can, ask people to have their cameras on if it's appropriate for them. Audio, sound is critical. You want to make sure that you can be heard at all times. So you want to be aware of noises that may be in the background or are going to be in. So you want to watch that, whatever noises, and see again if you can move to different places. You also may choose to do a headset of some type. So that might help you if you need to eliminate some of the sounds that would be in the back. Make sure you test your audio. You want to test your mic. You want to test your speakers, all that you can ahead of time to make sure that they're working for. I would also suggest, if you have this capability, have a standby headset or mic if needed. So like sometimes I just use like my phone headset. I put it in and plug it in and use that. Connect a speaker if you need to hear. Like I use a little Bluetooth on my computer at home. I plug that, or I connect that speaker so that I can hear better, because I don't like my laptop speakers. They're not loud enough for me. So, and then also when it comes to audio, make sure you ask participants to mute when they're not speaking, because if they start talking, it kind of Zoom grabs the mic away from you and takes it to that, even with background noise. So ask participants to mute when they're not talking. Backgrounds can be very important. Paying attention to what will be in your background, what will people see. If you can, be in a no walkthrough zone. And even here in this great studio, you just saw Jeremy walk behind me a moment ago, so it's not always possible. But if you can, be in a no walkthrough zone, especially if you're presenting. Make sure that nothing inappropriate is in view. So you want to, pay attention to the things that are behind you. Again, good lighting, if you can, thinking about the lighting always so that it looks really good. And then use virtual backgrounds if it's appropriate. But also when you're doing that, consider the audience and consider the topic that you're teaching or training. So, behind me, I have this Live Tobacco Free, the Say What. It's, one of their walls that I have behind me. So that's my backdrop, very appropriate for this session and these trainings. So here are some virtual backgrounds I can show you. This is presenting from the boardroom. Maybe you want to be at the beach. I've seen a couple of people use this one really effectively, and it's great. Tiger King, if you like that right now, there's one for you. Maybe you want to broadcast from the Hall of Justice. So there you go. Maybe you want to be underwater hanging out with Nemo and Dory. Here you go. You can do that there. So think about your background and have a good background. Something else that I suggest if you're doing a big one, so like if you decide to do an event online, use a moderator or a host that can control things while you are presenting, okay? And let them help control everything that's going on. So we have extra hosts here that are pulling some of those duties and helping with different things. So also someone that can help participants if they're having technical difficulties. They can answer questions in the chat like Jeremy and JC have done while I'm presenting, or I do when they're presenting. Somebody that can post files if you want to do that, if you want to upload any kind of files to participants, which you can do. Somebody that deals with video and audio issues. Again, if you're doing a bigger online event, consider having a moderator or a host be a part of that. And then be interactive and engage with participants. Y'all have seen some of the things that we're doing with you, asking people to answer questions. Again, ask those questions ahead of time if you can, so that people know they're coming. Using Notepad, whiteboard, interact in the chat like y'all have done a lot of. We're using the breakout rooms like you're doing today. So those are just a few tips that I have for doing online presentation. So you can consider those things, and if they're helpful, I hope they are, that you can use if you're planning for virtual projects this time. So if there are no further questions, which I do want to open up again, are there any questions about project planning? If not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you back into your breakout rooms to continue that process of working on your projects. Use each other, talk to each other, chat with each other if you need help. So that's why we put you in those rooms, is you have other people that you can talk to and work with. So are there any questions before we send you back to breakout rooms? yes, we would like you to finish planning the project today. Finish the planning sheets, knowing that you will have to get more input, because I know that most of you are here by yourself. Don't have your other group members with you. So finish as much as you can of the project planning. So get as far as you can. Like, you can't necessarily assign everybody tasks, but you could list tasks, and then later you may assign those tasks. So do as much as you possibly can today. Any other questions? All right. If there are no other questions, I'm going to open the rooms. You will click the button to go to those rooms. Any of the adult sponsors that joined us that had not previously been in a room, I will get you assigned to a room in just a moment. So we are going to open the rooms now. All right, y'all. Welcome back. So just a couple of more things before we release you to go to the closing session of the Say What conference. So are there any questions as you went through and finished working on your project plans? Did you have any questions or need clarification on anything? Again, I know this is challenging because you don't have all of your group members here with you. So, so any questions though for anyone? You can put it in the chat or unmute and just ask. What does question 8 mean? Let's take a look. What are some barriers you may encounter while planning and conducting your project? How would you resolve those obstacles? So yeah, and this would be a good one to have people to walk through this with. So if you think there are roadblocks or barriers that may come up when you're planning this project, so you know, maybe a barrier if you're planning a virtual project, how are we going to get other people to join? You know, to join in on our virtual project. So that could be a barrier. So then you think of ideas for getting around that barrier. If people don't always have access to join virtually, what else could you do? So maybe you could brainstorm some ideas for ways for people to get access. So, you know, maybe you offer a phone option for people to phone in to be able to listen or hear or participate and be a part of the virtual session. So it's things like that. It's looking at any kind of barriers that could pop up in front of you to being able to complete this project, and then coming up with brainstorming some ideas on ways to work around. Because you will always, when you're planning projects and events and all that, you're always going to find barriers. You're always going to run into things that will, you know, roadblocks are going to pop up, and you just have to figure out your way around those. So that's what question 8 is about. Any other questions? Cool. I'm going to share my screen with you again, and I'm going to just give you a couple of final tidbits. So one of the things that I want to talk about is like presentation slides. So you want to make sure that you if you use a presentation like we're using for some of ours, you want to make sure you keep those slides clean. You want to keep them simple. So, I mean, even this slide right here, presentation slides, it's very simple. Don't have too much text on them. Use pictures and symbols whenever you can. Just be very simple. And I want you to remember this: your slides are not your presentation. You are the presentation. You are presenting, not your slides. Your slides only are a visual or just confirming what it is that you're talking about. So I'm going to show you some things to stay away from. Okay. When you're doing slides, don't make them too busy. Okay. So look at all the different colors going on here, the different fonts. You know, this may be fun, but it's not easily, it's kind of distracting when you're looking at it. Here, don't use bad colors. You need to test your colors out. You know, don't use colors that you can't see, or colors that yellow. Could you imagine looking at that all afternoon? That's going to cause a headache for somebody. And make sure you review your slides ahead of time to make sure that they work in the space that you are doing. Also, do not read your presentations. Most people know how to read, and if you are going to put every word on your slides, then just send them the presentation and don't take their time, okay? Just let them read it from you, all right? So don't read your slides. For my presentation today, I'll be reading the PowerPoint slides word for word, right? Those are boring presentations. You don't want to be a part of those. Use the facilitator notes, put notes. I have notes in all of these slides that I have for myself so that I'm not reading my slides to you. I have notes for myself that don't say what's on the screen. All right. Don't put too much text on the slide. Can't read it. The colors are bad. There's lots of bad things about this slide right here. Okay. Don't put too much text on a slide. Don't use bad colors. Check things out ahead of time. So those are a few things for your slides. Just wanted to mention to you, especially if you're going to be doing virtual presentations, even in-person presentations. Be careful, be cautious. You've seen a lot of the things that we've done with slides. I mean, like here, when I was talking about a camera, I just put a picture of a camera. When I was talking about audio, I've got that picture up there. You know, backgrounds. I'm showing you backgrounds. I'm not just talking about backgrounds, okay? When I'm doing activities or things, see here, these are activities that I have, and I've got all kinds of notes in here for myself of what I'm talking about that you can't see, but I'm just using these simple images. So like Jeremy earlier told you to go get your favorite thing in your refrigerator. Well, here's an image that matches that, right? Okay. So use images when you can. So they're easily obtained these days. So if we want to have a dance party, right? You want to have a dance party? Should we have a dance party? Jeremy, you want to have a dance party? Jeremy?
I got you, man.
You want to have a dance party?
I say we can have a dance party, Brent.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
Let's do it.
Put those cameras on. Let me see what you got.
Hold on.
I was good there.
Suavemente, bésame, que quiero sentir tus labios besándome otra vez. Suavemente,
All right, PBJ, there you go.
bésame, que quiero sentir tus labios besándome otra vez. Suave, bésame, bésame, suave, bésame otra vez. Suave, yo quiero sentir tus labios suave, besándome otra vez. Suave, besa, besa, suave, bésame un poquito. Suave,
You look like a dying.
bésame otro ratito.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that was worth it. All right, everybody. So have fun with your presentations. Have fun with your projects. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Here you go. I hear you, Caitlin. Go, Jeremy.
Oh, JC.
Remember, this is being recorded.
I was trying.
Come on, everybody. There you go, William. Everybody feeling it. Here we go.
We asked for Popeyes, not Chick-fil-A. Oh, man. Y'all are too much. Oh, good. Hey, thank you, everybody. We've had a good time. Any other questions before we head out and send you? Make sure you go to the closing session for the Say What conference. What's your question? That's a great question.
Thanks.
That is one that I think if you all come back to the Say What conference in 2021, I hope we're in person, but I can't guarantee it yet. We will answer the question next year, why can't Jeremy dance? So there's a teaser for you and a reason to come back next year. Thank you, everybody. We've had a great time working with you over the last couple of days. Hope you've enjoyed it. And head off to the closing session now.